Back to the channel. This is Plane here, and today we were flying out the Yak-9M. This is not a normal premium aircraft that you can just buy. You do have to wait for the VE Day packs to come out, which contains this thing, the Plagueis LF Mark 9, the Pendergast Clipped Wing Griffin, the P-51D-10, and the P-47M. And honestly, everything except the Clipped Wing Griffin, great premiums. I have not spent enough time with the Clipped Wing Griffin to really tell you how it is. But now, this thing is heavily undertiered. You're expecting basically pretty similar performance to the Yak-9U. And at 3.7, this thing is a fucking monster. B-18 shot down with a single burst of my 20mm Chevette cannon. This thing also comes with a 50 cal. Yes, I don't know the brand name. I just know it's a 50 cal, and Russian 50 cals, for whatever reason, they only get one. But they hit a lot harder than the American ones. Explain that one, Gaijin. And so, with this heavily undertiered aircraft, we're going to show you what this thing can do. I'm very quickly going to be in a dogfight with a Wyvern. I forgot the Wyvern was coming in. I'm sorry. So, Wyvern's diving on me, we're missing, and this thing, watch this. Like, we're not going to get on this directly on the 6th of the Wyvern. If I start this maneuver a little early, we might have been able to shoot him down, but look how easily it just throws itself into its position now. If this Wyvern had not dove away and had continued to dogfight, he would have not escaped me. I would have shot him down real quick. And that kind of is the beauty of this bow rating, is the players aren't very good on both sides. Normally I'm harping about the American players not being very good, but on this bow rating, it's both sides. We're about to dogfight 2v1 P-51, the Cannons thing, and the P-63A5. Arguably another criminally undertiered aircraft. That thing was 3.7, it's now 3.3, and by God, in a down tier, it is godly. I probably should do a video on it. Now, as heavily outclassed as these guys are, I'm very surprised at this P-51. Not only did he come up with, handle himself quite well, he managed to get that plane to pull turns and lead. I never thought the plane could. It really kind of shook me by surprise. Now we're going to merge with the P-51, and then we're going to roll slightly to merge the P-63. We merged with both of them so they can't get the shot, and they're both immediately going to go for the turn fight. They're picking slightly different lines, but it won't help them. They're too slow. P-63 should have been dead right then and there, but no. And I'm going to use a real trick that you can use with the Yaks and the Spitfires. They only have landing flaps, but the landing flaps increase turn performance quite substantially. So if you just tap them instead of letting them fully deploy, you basically get de facto combat flaps. I want to go for the P-63, but I know that P-51's pulling in real hard for me. Almost gets the shot, and we just keep turning. And I know the longer this fight goes on, the less and less chance he's going to get the energy to pull these shots, because we're getting closer to the deck. He's not going to do the dive as much. So we're pushing this down to the deck. I'm making sure he's going to get the shot here. We're going to roll aside. And whatever reason, that P-63 is now in a flat spin. And we're going to do one more turn with this P-51. Merge over. We don't quite get behind him. But it's in a, and this is slow. He's slow enough now to realize I can do what the hell I want. We're in a position exact one. I see the P-63, and this is how confident I was in this fight. I did not finish the P-51 before I go in for this P-63. I wanted this P-63 dead because I was getting a little, kill hungry. Don't kill him. We revive back down. The P-51 is now out of energy. He can't gain the energy nearly at the rate I can. He also doesn't turn quite as well. So this is the last threatening position he's ever going to get. We're going to push it vertical. He's going vertical. And we're just going to stall right on top of him. Bada bing, bada boom. This is one of the easiest kills you're ever going to get. Especially in this position. But I will give him props. He definitely did try. He didn't run away the whole time. He tried a dogfight, which, I mean, he really shouldn't have done. But he held his own, which, kudos to him. I will give him a legit round of applause. Now, on to the next match. This is a 5-kill game. Not to spoil it for you. This is a full up tier, although most of the planes we're going to be seeing are going to be 3.7. There's only 4.7 plane I saw was this Corsair 1C that we're absolutely going to dunk on. He's probably currently AFK climbing. He sees me last second, and I'm already going 500 kilometers an hour in a 3.7 plane at almost 4 kilometers of altitude. This thing easily could be 4.3, but I don't know what the fuck Gaijin is smoking. We're going to loop on over, get on his 6, and we're going to be parked here the whole time. He can't do anything about it. He's probably stuck. He was definitely AFK climbing. It looks like he's actually using a joystick now that I look at it, with how, not wobbly, but how clean his pitch and maneuvers are. I'm just not going to be able to aim. And this me not being able to aim here directly corresponds to me not making this a 6-kill game. Which really does suck, because that would have been cool. So now we're surveying the situation. We're just watching, waiting, or raiding. See this P-51, I want to go for him. He's by himself, all alone, just like me on a Saturday night. And we're going to go engage him. I'm not expecting much from him, because it's a P-51 at this battle rating, and I'm going 600 kilometers an hour, accelerating. Like, what on earth? Who thought this would be a 3-7 plane? This is... None of these 3-7 aircraft can touch me. The only plane I would be scared of would be maybe a 5B or a 19 F4. Other than that, everything else I am dunking on. Clean burst right to the engine, and he's done. And that is the power of the 20mm Shavax. For whatever reason, they hit extremely hard. Extremely. It's not even funny. Well, okay, it's kind of funny, but not when you're receiving it. So we're going to go dive in and help these guys. They're fighting 2 Japanese planes, so I'm not expecting them to be doing too hot right now. We're going to go for the Kai 44 to the left, because he's the one pitching up, and he's showing himself to be the lowest energy state. I want him dead. I'm not expecting the 1-9 to pull in for this shot. I was tempted to go for this Ki-61, but this was just too tantalizing. We're going to miss. Set him on fire, and then we're going to just obliterate his plane. That's 3 kills. Sorry for the lag. Doing the best here. Now we're going to jump this Ki-61, who is quite busy with the Spitfire. Spitfire was doing quite well against this Ki-61, which really has me surprised. And we're going to lag out again, and we're going to get a hit, and the Spitfire is just going to destroy him. Got to kill this. Sadly, not kill number 4. 2 P-51s coming in, and I really should have been able to kill both of these guys, but my aim, and because I sprayed so much, the Corsair is going to let me down really bad right now. We're going to merge with these guys. He's not paying attention. He really should have just extended away, but no, they're both going to commit to the turn fight. The D5 is kind of a sad plane at times, especially if it's not being handled right. Very temperamental. It only flies one way, so I don't blame him. But turn fighting, a Spitfire and a Yak at the same time, not a good idea. Severe damage him, immediately switch targets. I'm not worried about that guy anymore. And he's extending away. Bravo. He's realized he can out-turn us, so he's going to run away. Don't blame him one bit. Now, we're going to catch him. Eventually, sadly, for him, we're going to catch him. And I don't get, how can Gaijin put these planes that can out-turn, out-climb, and outspeed a lot of other planes at the altitude where all these fights are happening? And I think it's just interesting on what Gaijin's thought process is, because Gaijin balances vehicles off of how they perform, how the players perform in them. So if the player's doing great, it gets up tiered. If the plane's doing poorly, it gets down tiered. And as long as this game has been around, the Yaks and the Russian planes have had a strong reputation for being either overpowered, overperforming, and just flat out impossible to kill. So why is all these Yak planes in such a low battle rating? Personally, I have no idea, but I know for this one it's probably because it sells. People will know an overpowered plane when they see one, although I don't see this plane often, if at all. So it kind of seems to be just very much a hidden gem in this game. But then again, you don't see for any of the World War II pack planes very often either. So we're going to pitch up for this guy. He has got some altitude. We're going to get close enough for guns, but I know I'm low. I want to get the shot. I know if I get enough rounds on target, he will just blow up, disintegrate. I can't think of words. I should have killed him right there. That should have been a one-shot kill, but we only get sparks. Lovely. I now only have a 50 cal, and the Spitfire is just going absolute ham on this guy. Like, this P-51 is just getting hosed down. Luckily, it's only 7.7s. They don't do too much, especially when we have 4 of them. When you have 8 of them, it's a different story. One and I will be very shortly diving in. 3, 2, 1 is now. Does it now? Come on, you can do it. No? Alright. Mulan's going to join the fray. It's going to force this P-51 to turn, which, I mean, I was going to catch him eventually. I'm just glad it just didn't happen with the enemy runway, because we all know how everyone loves the freaking runways. Like, guys, you really should just put a timer on them. Like, if a plane is loitering over the runway for an extended amount of time, AA should turn off. The AA should only be allowed for about a minute while the plane lands, repairs, and takes off. After that, it should be quote-unquote reloading. Now, we're getting in point-blank range. I want to be so close I can't miss, but I'm going to miss anyways, because that's really just me. Last 10 rounds, we let them on fire with 2 rounds left in the chamber, English. But sadly, we're not getting the kill. It's just a shame. We should have gotten that fifth kill right there. Now, this is the last kill of the game. It is a B-34. Nothing to write home about in the slightest. It's a bomber. It's slow. It's fat, just like your mom. And if you get this far in the video, shoot me back at your mama joke. I want to see what you guys can come up with. We're just gonna dive in. I'm not too worried. I want to avoid the head-on. 10 G's. Look at this thing pulling 10 G's. No problem. Loop on over, and that's pretty much all she wrote. This guy is not getting away from me. He's not going to outturn me. I just got to worry about the gunners, but I'm going to put him down before then. Kaboom! He is done. Explosion. Well, this has been Plane Killer. Hope you guys enjoy the show. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.